Tales of the Underworld couldn't come any sooner because I have high expectations for that show, especially when it comes to underground clones working with Captain Rex and with Asajj Ventress. We already know that these guys are intermingled at this point, working with the Hidden Path, a network that is trying to save Jedi survivors and literally escapees of the Empire, people who are being persecuted. And there are so many possibilities, of course, not only Cody meeting up with Asajj Ventress, but also Quinlan Voss, of course, who was confirmed to be alive still and working with Asajj and the Hidden Path. So the possibilities are endless. Whether it will be this year in Tales of the Underworld or next year, which I believe will be Tales of the Clones or Tales of the Rebellion, one thing is for sure, Commander Cody will make a comeback and Dave Filoni is trying to save him as much as possible for a bombastic return. But get this, I don't think only Commander Cody is making his comeback. Of course, the entire gang will make their comeback too. Echo, Rex, Wolf, Gregor, everybody. But I suspect that there will be a great comeback by one of the more forgotten clones, even by the times of the Republic, and that is Cut Lawquane, ladies and gentlemen, who was abandoned during the times of the Republic and now during the Empire. The Republic did not waste any resources to find him, but I'm guessing the Empire might have, and this is where our great Commander Cody might be involved. At this point, Cody could come back to the fold, and if he is, together with Captain Rex, things are about to get extremely wild. So in talking about Commander Cody, you get the idea that he is somewhere out there in the galaxy. He will 100% return together with Captain Rex and Echo and everybody else. But where is actually Commander Cody? Where is he hiding out? Because we got an entire season without him, a season and a half of the Bad Batch, and no mention of Cody. The Empire didn't get him. So what happened? Well, my beautiful Star Wars fans, there is actually an explanation, and it would be just a great one because we would get to revisit Cut Lawquane. And why is this the case? Well, not only just to revisit Cut Lawquane, I would love to see him again, of course, and his family also, but there is another reason, and that is Commander Cody finally accepting that he is no longer a soldier, neither of the Republic nor of the Empire. Now, let's talk about when Captain Rex actually met Cut Lawquane and how he felt. When we first see Captain Rex encounter Cut Lawquane and his family, Captain Rex almost turned him into the Republic because he saw him as a traitor, as a deserter. But then, after he saw Cut Lawquane's family and his reasoning for deserting, he ultimately appealed to Rex's sentimental side. Now, there was a skirmish in that episode. Captain Rex with Cut Lawquane fought together to protect the family, some commando droids, but it's really intriguing to see Captain Rex go through this at the time, and it brings an interesting debate when it comes to serving. The clones were bred for this, but Cut Lawquane actually showed you exactly that that's not always the case. Clones can actually think for themselves most of the time, and you see that Order 66 was a mix-up between their genetic code, which was implemented on there, but also that there was a percentage there where clones could choose to execute it, similar to how Rex almost broke the code and didn't follow through, but in the end, he did shoot at Ahsoka. Now, why is Commander Cody with Cut Lawquane? This is the most interesting question. It parallels Captain Rex's journey in accepting a clone deserter. This is what Cody has become now. Cody is actually worse off than Captain Rex because Captain Rex was serving, but Commander Cody is no longer doing that. He has abandoned his post. He is in the same position as Cut Lawquane. I know that back in the day, if Commander Cody had found Cut Lawquane similar to how Rex did during the war, during him serving the Republic, I fear that things would have gone very differently. Commander Cody would not have hesitated in the end to actually report Cut Lawquane to the authorities and then come and recapture him, reprogram him, torture him, whatever the procedure was for clone deserters. At the very least, they would imprison him. But now that they're in the same position, this is what Star Wars animation needs to tell us. This is why I'm saying that we need a new show to see a completely different version of clones. Clones that were soldiers and they were fighting during the Republic era, now during the Empire, everybody's the same. Even clone deserters are justified like Cutler Quain. Commander Cody would find himself in the exact position as Cutler Quain. So how would it feel like? How would Cody come to the conclusion that in the end Cutler Quain was right and he was wrong for continuing to serve a machine that doesn't serve them, that uses them as slaves, basically? And I hope that they don't do my man D. Bradley Baker dirty and they give him a chance to play Cody again. Bad Batch didn't do it, Obi-Wan series didn't do it. It's a sad state of affairs, but let's go to D. Bradley Baker. Especially now that the Bad Batch has finally come to a conclusion. There is a lot of excitement about what the future of Star Wars animation holds, and D. Bradley Baker was much sincere when it came to that. In San Diego Comic-Con, as I said, this past weekend, he talked extensively about what can we expect. And so he went on to say, personally and selfishly, what I would love to see is, I would love to see Rex, Gregor, Echo, and Wolf, and maybe even Cody, and see what they do to get them to what we saw in Rebels. What do these rogue clones now do once the events that transpired in the Bad Batch have played out? I'd love to see that. I think the fans would too. Where are the clones? I don't know where they are, but they're still there, and these stories can still be explored. That's one of the wonderful things about Star Wars. You don't have to take everything forward in a linear path. You can go sideways, you can go backwards, you can pick a point in that timeline and just open that up. And there you have a galaxy of wondrous fun available at any point. This is extremely exciting for a multitude of things. Him saying this during San Diego Comic-Con tells you a lot. Tells you that he is sworn to secrecy still. He cannot reveal everything, but the sheer fact that he mentioned literally everybody. Rex, Gregor, Wolf, Echo, and Cody. Remember, Echo and Cody are not in Rebels, so him mentioning these two as well, we knowingly know now that they survived. Even with Cody, we didn't find out what happened to Cody after Season 2 of The Bad Batch. He wasn't mentioned in Season 3 or appeared, so now we kind of have this confirmation that he is still alive from D. Bradley Baker. Why else would he mention him? He had private conversations with Dave Filoni, and now he might have leaked, of course, that he is still alive. Cody is still out there somewhere, and we're gonna find out in a future animated series about the Clone Rebellion. As Season 3 of The Bad Batch was waning on, we saw that the group was in dire, desperate need of more help. We know that Rex defected. We saw that Wolf was toying with the idea, because at the end of the day, he let the guys go. Much more to his detriment, I'm sure. If somebody snitched on him, he will have a very bad time after those episodes where we don't see him anymore. So probably the next time we see Wolf, he's either in an Imperial prison or has definitely joined the guys. But what about Commander Cody? He doesn't fit in any of this. We've talked previously in other videos that Commander Cody is a bit of an enigma at this point because he is nowhere to be found after Season 2. He is in the early episodes of Season 2, never seen again. We just know that he went AWOL, and we waited and waited for him to show up in Season 3, but he is nowhere to be found, not even mentioned once. This is highly suspicious, but I think I know the answer, and the answer lies in, of course, Revenge of the Sith, essentially the plague that has been bothering Commander Cody's character ever since we saw him attack his Jedi General, our favorite Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, during Order 66. We have a major problem here, and I think this is why Dave Filoni brought Commander Cody back. I think this is why we don't see Commander Cody again in the Bad Batch series, and perhaps I'm hoping we're going to see Commander Cody again in perhaps a Clone Rebellion show, the one that we've been discussing for so long now. This is my ultimate wish.